Okay, so I'm sure by now everybody's aware of the slaps seen around the world from last night's Oscar ceremony. And immediately after it happened, I saw a lot of people questioning whether it was real or not. So I'm gonna break down how and why I think it was staged. If you don't think it was staged, that's fine. You're more than welcome to your opinion. I'm just gonna go over how and why I think it was staged. This is just my opinion. So, first of all, the slap was real. It was real in the sense that Will's hand did make contact with Chris's face. But you can clearly see in the slowed down footage that he only made contact with his fingers to soften the blow instead of the palm of his hand the way you would if you were to actually slap somebody. Another dead giveaway that this was planned ahead of time was Chris's very poor attempt at selling the slap. So you can see as Will is approaching right before he throws the slap, watch Chris reposition his right foot to square his stance to seem like he wasn't clearly bracing for impact. And another dead giveaway that Chris was in on it is that as Will approaches, he sticks his face out a ridiculous amount. Now let's say this was real and he thought Will was just coming on stage to tell him something. Chris is 5'8" and Will is 6'2". Why would the shorter guy lean his head forward and down to hear what he was going to say? If a shorter person wants to hear a taller person better, they would just turn their ear towards them, not stick their entire head out in front of their body like you're presenting it as a target. And I've seen a bunch of people saying it couldn't be staged because Will swore and he would never swear on live TV.
Wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
Think about that logically for a second. He's gonna go on stage and assault somebody on live TV. That's the part he's okay with. But he's gonna draw the line at naughty words. Come on. That makes no sense. If he's okay with assaulting somebody in the middle of a live broadcast, he's probably gonna be okay with swearing at that person that he just assaulted. And if it was real and somebody just came up and actually assaulted one of the presenters on stage in the middle of a ceremony, where's the security? At any point, does security even come over to talk to him? Nope. Who comes to talk to him during the commercial break? 3 of his actor buddies, Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, and Bradley Cooper. Not a security guard in sight. It's not like there isn't security at the Oscars. There's a ton of security at the Oscars. But none of them thought to get involved when another person just randomly walks up and starts assaulting somebody in the middle of a live broadcast. They were cool with that. Didn't even come over to talk to him to see what it was all about or tell him not to do it again. Okay, that's believable. And the whole way the entire incident was orchestrated is another obvious sign that this whole thing was a setup. Look at where Will's sitting, directly in front of the stage. Not a couple rows back, not in the middle of the audience, directly in front of the stage. Plenty of other award winners have been seated way farther back and sometimes even in the middle of the audience. So it wasn't just that they knew they were going to be presenting him with an award later in the show. If that was the case, they would just have all the winners sitting in the front row and everybody would know who the winners were before they even read the names just by taking a look at who was sitting in the front row. No, they had him right up front so there's no delay between the reason for the slap and the slap itself. Because if he was sitting farther back, they would have to wait for him to get to the stage as Chris moved on to presenting the award for Best Documentary, and they couldn't wrap it up in a nice little 45-second viral package to be easily spread everywhere and digested by the masses in under a minute. Perfect for today's TikTok generation, 1 minute long attention span. They didn't just want him going up there while he was mid-sentence presenting an award for Best Documentary. They needed an immediate reaction after the joke. That's why he was right there, right in front of the stage. But why would they stage something like this, you ask? Okay, well, it's no secret the Oscar ratings have been plummeting for years now. And just last year, they had their worst ratings ever, with just 9.8 million viewers, compared to 2014, where they had 43.7 million. And what better way to boost their ratings than to have one of the biggest movie stars in the world assault one of the biggest comedians in the world on live TV? And this isn't the first time the Oscars have manufactured controversy to cover their ass. You might remember back in 2017 where they accidentally gave the award for Best Picture to the wrong movie, conveniently right after being called out for being racist 1 year earlier because they only gave awards to white actors. And for those of you that don't remember what happened, they initially gave the award to La La Land, possibly the whitest movie ever made, And then, as the whole cast and crew were in the middle of giving their acceptance speeches, they realized that the award was actually for Moonlight, a movie about gay black kids. They knew they couldn't just give Moonlight the award outright because nobody would care. It would just be a regular ceremony and everybody would just say they were trying to show how not racist they were by giving the biggest award to the blackest movie. Nobody would have taken it seriously, let alone talked about it at all. But if there was some big embarrassing mix-up that's never happened before and you literally have to cut off one guy's acceptance speech and give the award to somebody else, well then everybody's going to be talking about the big kerfuffle at the Oscars and spread it around on social media, so it would be impossible for everybody not to hear that they gave the biggest award to the blackest movie, thereby proving that there's no way they could possibly be racist and covering their ass for future controversy. This is the same desperate attempt to save their own ass. The ratings have been plummeting for years. What better way to get people to tune in than to have one of the biggest movie stars in the world assault one of the biggest comedians in the world on live TV? And then give a nice little 30-minute window for the clip to go viral and get the whole world talking about it right before you present the guy that committed the assault an award. Knowing that everybody's going to go run to their TVs to see what Will was going to say in his acceptance speech about what happened only a few minutes earlier. And they had to make it abundantly clear that there were zero repercussions for assaulting a presenter on live TV so that everybody thinks that there's a possibility it could happen again to get everybody to tune in next year. That's why no security came out and tackled him. No security ever even came out and talked to him. There were no police reports filed. There were no charges laid. And everything gets settled backstage at the after party like nothing ever happened. Because nothing did happen. It was a setup from the start. And for anybody that thinks this all seems a little too diabolical, think about it for a second. This is an entire building filled with people that have dedicated their entire lives to fooling you, making you believe things that aren't real, making you think they're feeling something that they aren't actually feeling, doing something that they're not actually doing, and being somebody that they actually are not. That's their entire job. Why would you assume that today, this one day, they've forgotten their entire career's worth of training and are incapable of faking anything, and that everything you see just for tonight is completely genuine? It's no secret that winning an Academy Award gives an actor a career boost. A boost in pay, a boost in notoriety, and a boost in negotiating power when it comes to the roles they play. And if anybody's career in Hollywood has been in need of a boost, it's Will Smith, who in recent years has become more of a meme than an actual celebrity. So is it so hard to believe that the Academy wouldn't say, hey, you help boost our ratings, we'll help boost your career at a time where his star is undeniably starting to lose its shine? And what's in it for Chris Rock? A quick and easy payday. He gets an extra couple zeros on his paycheck under the table, his name is in every headline around the world, all for one night's worth of work and a little slap on the cheek. A huge portion of the public feels sorry for Rock, another portion empathizes with Smith, and everybody gets an immediate boost in popularity as a direct result, including the Oscars themselves.